Hey guys, creating this video on some secret tips on how not to fail while creating your imaginal acts. And it's something that I had experienced myself that I had to work on. And I was finding myself able to create the smaller things and with ease when I first started. But I was having issues with concentration on the bigger things because I wanted to really make the bigger things. They had to be made more real and longer videos. The video clips was longer, and I was having to do them for more days, and I was really having some issues with this. So I had to go back into meditation and really still the mind. And I did the leaf exercises and the breathing exercises. And I'll get into that on another video today. And but I wanted to bring some really good points that my grandfather had brought to me about mistakes I was making that actually Neville Goddard had spoke to my grandfather about. And it was, he had asked me specific questions because I went to him and I said, I'm trying to create these big things, but they're not happening. What's going on? Is there something I'm doing wrong? And my grandfather told me, he asked me a few questions. And he said, well, in the interval of time from when you're creating these to when they happen or they don't happen, are you talking about them with other people? And are you telling people what you're creating during that interval of time of creation? And I told him that I would talk to people about what I was creating. And he said, that's what it is. That's what you're doing wrong. You don't talk about it. You don't speak about it. I mean, in your imaginal clips during the day, you're replaying these things in your mind, but you don't want to actually talk to people about it. Oh, hey, Joe Smith, hey, I'm creating this, or hey, mom, or hey, sis, or hey, bro, I'm creating this imaginal act. What do you think about it? But before it happens, you don't want to do that. That's a big no-no. That's a big red flag. Don't do it. And he equated an example to explain this to me, and he said that it's kind of like if you're planting a seed or a tree in the ground. You dig a hole, you put the seed in there, under the ground, and you're watering it every day. And if you're telling somebody about what your imaginal act is going to be and what you're creating, it can be equated to digging that seed back up out of the ground and actually showing the person and say, here, this is what I'm creating. Here, take a look. And then after you tell them about it, you're digging the hole back again and you're putting the seed back into the ground for it to grow, and you start watering it again. And the chances of it actually manifesting, or that seed actually becoming a beautiful plant or a tree, your percentages are falling down drastically, because by pulling that seed out of the ground, the chances of you screwing up that root system or the flower or the seed, whatever, you're damaging the integrity of that seed. And you don't tell anybody about it because you just don't do it. You don't talk about it. And he went into detail with this, and he explained that to me, and it really helped my imaginal acts. From that point on, I stopped talking about it when I was creating something, and I started creating the bigger things. And this was a really big stumbling block for me, and it's something I really wanted to share with you guys, because I know that I had some serious problems with this, and I really didn't, and I was lucky enough to have somebody to talk to about it. And so I'm sharing this with you, and it's directly from Neville Goddard. When you're creating your imaginal act, from the interval of time from when you start it to when it actually happens, don't speak about it with anyone, because it can be equated as an example of pulling a seed out of the ground, a plant that you've planted, and you're showing people, and you're digging it back up and you're putting it back in the ground. So don't speak about this with anybody, guys. So when you're creating something, don't talk about it. All right, guys, I'm going to do some more meditation exercise videos pretty soon here. I'm going to try to get some done today. I got a little bit of time, but I wanted to get this out because this is very important. Do not talk about your mental wish fulfilled, your imaginal clips, until once you get them, of course, you can talk about them. Hey, look at this. I created this. But all right, guys, I just wanted to get this one out. I hope you like it. Leave questions, comments. All right, guys.